everybody, I'm Freya. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Capitol Courier. You probably already know me by now, but we're here today in Edmonton, Alberta at the NASH conference. It has been such a blast. There's 12 of us here, a huge team. We interviewed Amy and Andrew from the Canadian University Press. It was so much fun. So stay tuned for that to learn a little bit more of how to become a member of CUP and also all about NASH. All right, so we will begin with you just introducing yourself, your name, pronouns, role, publication, the basics.
Yeah, I'm Amy Saint-Amand, she, her. I am the editor-in-chief of the Nugget, and I guess the vice president of Canadian University Press.
Yeah. So my name's Andrew Mrzowski. I am the CUP president, Canadian University Press, and I'm also the executive editor of The Silhouette in Hamilton, Ontario.
Do you want to give a little rough description about more to the specifics of CUP?
So Canadian University Press, we were founded in the 1930s. We're the oldest student-led service in North America, so that's quite impressive. We started because student journalists across Canada wanted to get together and talk about the issues that we're facing. We're still doing that 86 years later. So CUP's really important because it facilitates those connections. It allows us to be able to bring everyone together in a space like this to talk about the issues impacting our newsrooms, to talk about kind of the highs and lows of student journalism.
And what are some of the positives or the pros of being a member of CUP?
CUP members, they get an hour of free legal. So if you're being sued for libel, if you have questions about just tricky situations, we provide an hour of free legal care. We facilitate interactions between students using Slack, an online platform. So all of our member papers, they become a member on that and they are able to ask each other questions. Right now, we've been doing a lot of lobbying for Bill C-18, so our CUP members do get to be heard on the federal level, and then you also get a NASH discount. We're looking at providing some more workshops, some more other learning opportunities in the future, as well as regional conferences, so in provinces across Canada, to really, again, just bring together student journalists in a way that they can learn from one another.
And how does one become a member?
Yeah, so all you got to do is just go to the CUP website, cup.ca, go to contact, and you can either email myself, president@cup.ca, or email our treasurer, Blaine, treasurer@cup.ca.
And if anyone has any questions?
So we have a contact form on our website, fill it out, and then one of our board members will get back to you.
Want to give a quick little description about NASH, what that looks like as somebody who has hosted this year?
So NASH is a National Student Journalism Conference. It's hosted every year. It's a Canadian University Press conference, but every year a CUP member publication is selected to host it. It's typically 3 days of learning from industry experts, networking with other student journalists, sharing our struggles, sharing our wins, and just kind of getting the skills that we need to succeed in this industry.
We bring about 150 student journalists from across Canada to come and learn about journalism, learn about our industry, and also to do our annual JHM Awards, which we recognize the student journalists for their work.
What were some of your favorite moments or some of the takeaways from this past year?
Food is really challenging for a large conference. Like, I've planned very, very small scale events. I've never planned anything this big, so lots of lessons learned just about logistics. I think that my biggest takeaway is that, clearly student journalists still care. There were tons of people that were inspired and gave a shit about what they did. I think that anyone who tries to say that young people don't care or young people are not passionate were not in this room and did not hear the kind of conversations that I heard all weekend.
Do you have any advice for next year's hosts and some goals or tips and tricks that you might have from what you've learned this past year?
Yeah, start planning early, as early as you can. It takes the load off. Get more speakers than you think you need. So I went into January with 3 speakers per hour, and I was like, that'll totally be enough. It was not enough. We sold more tickets than I anticipated. And so January 7th to January 28th was me literally sending dozens and dozens of emails, researching. Right. So get more speakers than you think you need. Rely on your contacts. I made a LinkedIn post. Didn't think it would go anywhere. I'm not really big on LinkedIn, but it got hundreds of shares. People I don't know being hey, I'd love to volunteer my time. Let me speak at this conference. And have fun. Rely on your team. Don't do it all yourself. Get some Red Bulls and you'll be fine.
Get sleep. Don't sweat the small details because it'll work out. So please do not cry over those. Coming from someone who has cried a lot about NASH, but most importantly, just have fun. That's what NASH is all about having fun, about our student journalists coming together and having fun. So that is, above all else, the number one thing to do.
How are hosts of universities selected to host NASH?
That's a great question. So there's a bidding process. Bidding does not mean that we want money. We're really looking for information. So what kind of theme do you want to do for NASH? Where is NASH going to be held? what are you envisioning? What kind of speakers are you envisioning for the conference? We look for that kind of like basic information just to see if it's feasible also for our members to get to that city. We've done it various different ways in the past it's been our general members that have voted for it. This year, it was our board that voted. We are in the process of reevaluating how NASH and the JHM Awards work, so more information about that will be available sometime over the summer. We're really just looking for some basic information on like what are you envisioning for your NASH conference, and it's like a quick Google form that you fill out, and that will probably be coming out, I'd say, middle of the summer.
And to talk more about the EIC role and being the EIC of Nugget, what are some of your favorite parts of being an EIC and what that looks like for you?
The role at the Nugget is a little bit different. I'm layout designer, editorial control, business manager. We're a really small team. We're a polytechnic, but I'm also full-time staff. So I'm not a student and I'm here over the summers. So I appreciate that I have the time to dedicate to growing the publication. It's hard if you're a student editor-in-chief because you got classes, right? You got things to focus on. So kind of being full-time staff gives me the opportunity to follow up on the things the students want to see, right? I like to think of the Nugget as a place like for the students. It is their paper, it's not my paper. So my goal is to kind of make their dream come true with it. But yeah, it's a fun position. It's a really challenging position. I actually don't have a journalism background. I have an English degree, got the job and figured it out. And I was like, okay, cool, this is great. So it's been a lot of learning, but it's really fun and every day is very, very different.
What does the pitch proof process look like from you guys?
We have pitch meetings once a week, so we actually pay all of our contributors. We have a small staff of like part-time students, and then we have contributors. They come to pitch meetings, they pick up an idea or they get their idea and submit it to us. They write it independently. We do 2 rounds of feedback. So the section editor will edit it and then I will edit it, and then we'll send them all of that feedback. We'll pay them and then we'll print it. We have a website too. Not everything makes it into the print issue, so anything that's not in the print issue will go on the website. We also have contributors do like video content, social media content, photography, illustrations, all that sort of stuff, and they all follow a pretty similar process.
How many issues do you guys publish per season?
Right now we're doing 3 times a semester. We were printing monthly, so I'm probably going to go back up to monthly. I think it's important to have a physical print copy. I know that it's not feasible for everyone, but like I will print until they stop letting me print. I think it's important.
And 10 years from now, big question, what do you wish the Nugget to be like, or any goals or hopes and dreams for the Nugget?
I would like it to be maybe a little bit more known amongst the school and kind of just amongst Edmonton. When we look at the other papers in Edmonton, like the Gateway is such a legacy. It's been around for so long. And I would like people to think of the Nugget like that. I want them to be like, wow, they do really good work there. Obviously still here, still alive, still funded, which I don't think will be a concern. Our student association is super supportive, which is awesome. But yeah, I hope it's still just representing the students, sharing their voice and kind of keeping that core value at heart.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Just to begin, introduce yourself, your name, position.
I'm Annabella. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the coordinating editor at the Ubyssey, Editorial 105.
My name is Bradley Duncan, and I am the editor-in-chief at the Cascade.
So my name is Umayma Suhail. I am editor-in-chief at the Sputnik, which is Wilfrid Laurier University's Brantford campus independent student newspaper.
I'm Faith Greco. I'm the editor-in-chief at the Charlatan, which is located in Ottawa at Carleton University.
I'm Kelly. My publication is The Peak at SFU, and I'm the editor-in-chief.
My name is Julianne, and I work for the Gauntlet at the University of Calgary.
My name's Miles. I'm the deputy editor at the Western Gazette.
How long have you been a part of your publication for?
I'm in 5th year now. I've been writing for the Ubyssey since 3rd year. This is my 2nd year as an editor.
I've been at the Cascade for, it'll be 2 years this May.
Started in my 2nd year. I was a volunteer news writer, and then last year, my 3rd year, I was senior copy editor, and now this year, in my final 4th year, I'm graduating, and I'm editor-in-chief.
Basically, anyone who kind of comes into the Carleton journalism program, most people end up in the Charlatan office, and I was one of those people. Got into it 2nd year, and then became op-ed editor in my 3rd year, and ran for editor-in-chief my 4th year, which is my last year this year.
Oh boy, I think since 2018.
Congratulations!
I was a volunteer for about 6 months, and then I was a news editor for 2 years, and then this is now, I guess, my 3rd, 4th year as editor-in-chief.
So I've been a part of the publication for about Just over 2 years now. I started as an intern in our video section in the winter of 2022. I then became a sports editor where I covered basketball, and now I'm the deputy editor where I basically helped our editor-in-chief, Estella, oversee and run all aspects of the paper on a day-to-day basis.
How often do you guys publish your issues?
We publish online basically whenever articles are ready, so every day, and we publish print issues every 2 weeks.
Our current schedule, we produce 10 issues per year, so typically monthly, but then we take a month off during the summer and over like the Christmas break.
Yeah, so we're a monthly publication, so we just print monthly issues, and yeah, it's just the first week of every month we have like a new issue on stands.
So we are right now doing special editions, so they're kind of like magazines. We originally were print newspaper just like everyone else, but when the pandemic hit, we had to transition online. So for the past, I think about 2-3 years, we've predominantly been printing 2 special editions. This year I decided to take on 3.
We produce weekly.
Right now we're monthly. Last year we were bi-weekly, but this year we switched just because we're doing 4 magazines and then the rest are all newspapers.
Yeah, so we publish online on our website every single day, and then we do a print issue every 2 weeks.
In an ideal world, what does your publication look like in 10 years from now?
Ooh, I'm just hoping they have just as many people really excited about journalism. I'm hoping journalism is still a career prospect for people, not to be a little grim. But yeah, I'm so excited to see the kind of like long form work that they're producing. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Ideally, I think 10 years from now, the Cascade, we'll still be print media. We'll still be writing, these, great articles from great writers and, really sort of like passionate reporters, but that will also have a really kind of dynamic video presence, that will have a dynamic audio presence, that will be like a multi-platform publication that really kind of exploits as many avenues as, this new kind of like social internet will provide.
Ideally, hopefully, we're printing more than just 16 pages every month. I hope we're printing more than 20. I hope that we have a lot of people involved, a lot more volunteers, a lot more staff.
Well, we've been running since 1945, so we have quite a strong legacy. So I hope to see that continue on. And I know the talented editors I've gotten to work with who are younger, who are going to be taking over the paper next year. They do wonderful work, and I know it's in good hands, so I have a lot of faith in them. So yeah.
I feel like the work that we do, I'm always really proud of my staff. I would love for us to be able to give them better pay. I would love to be able to develop programs for them to interact with other journalists and stuff, because it is so important to have a student paper. It's such a special experience to develop your work and your rhetoric in that space, and I feel like that should be really treasured.
I think in 10 years, I think the biggest wall that we're facing is that the University of Calgary is a lot of a commuter campus. So we don't have a big population of students that actually live on campus and care enough to know what is happening on campus, because they're going to go home anyways. So I think just seeing that community get revitalized and ideally have a bigger pickup for our print publication and bringing that back instead of just pushing a website most of the time.
Well, 10 years, that's obviously a long way down the line. I've seen videos of our publication 10 years ago, and we were publishing in print 4 times a week. So, and we go from that to basically almost not printing at all because of COVID to, being back in print because of Bill C-18, and we have to have something on stands that our students can see us. So I don't know. I think I'm almost certain that our online media will probably be will continue to be the main source of our publishing. So I think our website certainly will be a big part of that. What print will look like and what social media will look like is anyone's guess at this point.